Morgan Stanley had placed India in fragile five a decade back, and now it is the bright spot as it is being seen. Did this report factor in the economic situation in the West, especially the US, and the backdrop of a ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine?
So there's going to be a constant challenge for India. And if I make a comparison with China, when China was growing rapidly in the previous 3 decades, it had the benefit of very strong global growth as a tailwind. India may not have that benefit. In large part, this is because the world is aging and because the world is burdened with a lot of debt. So global growth, I suspect, will be a lot slower than it was when China was emerging out of its status as a poor economy into a developing or developed economy. India will have to do a lot more hard work and rely a lot more on its domestic economy. As the Prime Minister calls Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think the context there is that we have to deliver our prosperity using our own economy, rather than just depending on what the world will give us. The world will do a little bit here and there, but it will not be as rosy as it was for China. So that is clearly a risk. You asked about the war. I don't think the war really brings much risk to India. We've managed the crude oil situation quite well. And the intensity of oil to GDP in India is anyway declining, and it will continue to decline. So we will be less reliant on imported oil 10 years from now than we are today, or we were, say, 10 years ago. So that's a lesser risk. But generally speaking, geopolitics is always a concern, and we never know when the next big war happens and what impact that has on the world economy. So as I said, the world will be less cooperative, and we'll have to do our own heavy lifting. But I think we're there. And we have a very strong domestic economy, and it's an economy that a lot of multinational companies want access to. So it's good news for India.